What is up, YouTube? We are in Newport Village, Bahariterra. This live stream is a bit laggy. That's my bad. Probably not your Wi-Fi. And I do apologize. Now, we're gonna walk down the street to the border. We're gonna cross into the city of Crater Village, Bahariterra, and leave Newport Banda. I started the live stream in Newport Banda outside of Crater Village about a little bit because I wanted to pass these beautiful crepe myrtle trees, because there's a lot of trolls who think that we are not even in Bahariterra and that we're operating out of Ohio for whatever reason. And everybody knows that there aren't no place in Ohio where you can have tall crepe myrtle trees about 20 feet tall, covered in blooms. And for someone to protect them, you'd certainly see it on the news or something, or be able to take a screenshot and reverse search image and find it online, because that would be famous. I don't think anyone in Ohio ever had something like that. But we have crepe myrtles here in Bahariterra, and this is a famous intersection here. So you might recognize this landmark. It's iconic. This right here is Crater Rim Boulevard. And if you ever looked up Crater Rim Boulevard, Bahariterra, you would know what it looked like. Lots of little houses by it, some big old green trees around, pine, crepe myrtle, palm, a few coconuts. It's a little cold up here this high above sea level though. Coconuts are protected or they die. But look at these huge crepe myrtles. That's what I came here for. And we'll see some more crepe myrtles pretty soon, inshallah. Because I see some more right over here actually. Well, I just hope that this live stream isn't too darn laggy, cause that would suck, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Wow. Nice crepe myrtle. Fun fact, there are more American flags than Bahariterran flags in Bahariterra. Now, here's another crepe myrtle tree. How do you guys explain that now, you trolls? How do you explain these subtropical or upper temperate trees that line some of the roads here? This is Crater Village. We are high above sea level. This is zone 8B. We are in zone 8B right now. And we're about to cross the border into the city. The gate is right up here. But there's some guy standing by it. I don't know what his business here is. So maybe you see him on the left, the right of the gate. The gate is right up in front of us. And we are entering Crater Village, Bahariterra, and leaving the city of Newport Banda. This is a part of town that's under heavy construction. It's up by the lakefront on Lake Pecan Vista. And environmentalists protest about the building so close to the lake up here. But there's a new neighborhood, and we gotta go through here to go on our expedition. So yeah, there's a hibiscus, but it's Rosa Sharon, it ain't the tropical one. Man, I hope this connection's good enough for y'all. They're mistakable. We're gonna cross to this little traffic circle here. It's a beautiful city, really, Crater Village. And now we are in a big caldera inside a volcano. Ain't that neat? and we are surrounded by icy mountains. But here is zone 8B, and it's July. So right now it is in the 90s where I'm at. And the mountains are even falling. It's probably in the 70s up there on those peaks. Maybe we'll see some on our walk later in the stream if my live connection is good enough. We're gonna see how far out into rural we can get. We're gonna cross the county line. But yeah, we have some crepe myrtles blooming. There's some right there. Not much, but some. These ones have been blooming for about a month, since mid-May, early July this year. So I'd like to thank the Gulf Stream Current for this one. Thank you, Gulf Stream Current. Glad it exists, I guess. And here's a field where they were building, but they hit some hot springs because we're in the crater of a volcano right now. So they didn't build anything in this field and let it overgrown. Contractors out of, you guessed it, either North Carolina or Virginia. The two US states where most other foreigners visiting Bahariterra come from. If someone's from the United States visiting Bahariterra, they're most likely from Virginia or North Carolina, as those are the states that have ports on the Chesapeake Bay and the Pamlico Sound where seaplanes come from. And most Bahariterran Americans live in the city of Newport News in Virginia, USA. So you will see a lot of North Carolina and Virginian plates in Crater Village, Bahariterra government wants some foreign money. They're tired of, they want to gain more money. If you hire a local construction company, you can get local money. But if you hire a foreign construction company and do business with them, and both start making money off each other, you can get some money from elsewhere. So Bahariterra as a whole will grow richer by not hiring local construction companies in Crater Village, which is pretty messed up. You should support small local businesses on the archipelago. But I can't complain because that probably got me 2% of my income. And I invested in some of these buildings over here. It's a pretty good building project in Crater Village, Bahariterra. Here we got a freshly paved road, blacktop. And here's an old crepe myrtle tree right here, but it doesn't have any buds or blooms yet, except this. It's got a lot of the seed pods from last year on it. So some of them been blooming since May, and some of them haven't even started yet. And it is July 10th, I believe. No, it is July 9th. Because today is a very special day on the Islamic calendars for all our Muslim friends. Today is the 9th day of Dhul Hijjah, which means people are going to be making the pilgrimage to the holiest site in Islam, which is the Mecca, the Kaaba. And 51% of the population of Bahariterra are Muslims. So, yes, I don't know how I could forget what today is. I don't need to say if I'm a Muslim or not. That's painting a target on my back for American trolls and haters. Here is the Lake Pecan Vista. Beautiful, mashallah. It is a wonderful lake indeed. It would help if I had a stable connection. Transmission is very unstable right now, guys. I hope that this isn't getting cut out and that once I'm done live streaming, when I save the video so you can watch it even when I'm not live later, I'm hoping that you guys will see the full live stream. But I don't think so. I think it'll only end up being 7 minutes out of the hours of streaming I'm planning to do up here. Right now, we are still walking down Crater Rim Boulevard. We got off it and got back on briefly at the traffic circle. And now it is thinned out to a thin little dirt road. On one side we got pines, and the other side we got deciduous and broadleaf evergreen. And we got pink ribbons either for cancer support or construction workers. This right here is the Crater Rim. This is Crater Rim Boulevard on the side of the Crater Rim. And down in the bottom of the volcanic crater right there where the water collects is Lake Pecan Vista. Hard to see right now. But we're coming up to a spot where the trail turns, and see that water? Yeah, we're getting close. I look pale on this camera. The amount of people who wouldn't think I'm an Arab watching this video if this is their first time. And here's our water, very nice. We'll come around the corner here. And I hope that this stream isn't glitching, and if it is, I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm using my mobile data, but we're in the Pecan Vista Mountains, kind of rural. So there's not really a... All of Bahariterra has 5G, but it's very weak over here for some reason. And 5G, that's... some people don't trust that, some people do. Over time, you'd think, but who knows. We're walking down a steep cliff here. Something about YouTube won't let you ask. Whoa. I saw something. There's a man walking on the top of that cliff up there. Big old power lines that make this part of Lake Pecan Vista look like a small pond. That is La Ibada Road. La Ibada is Tualaim, but it comes to the Tualaim language from Arabic. It means no worship. Because when the Muslims were coming in waves and conquering Bahariterra in the 1600s, shouldn't say conquering, should say growing and spreading, really. That's what they actually did. But anyhow, there was a spot where Muslims were not allowed to worship because Jewish people were patrolling what is now a road, would not let anybody go. Arabic, it would mean no worship. Kind of weird, huh? We say, yep, that's actually what it means. They say, oh, why is it called that? Is it like owned by a Satanist or something? So we have to explain to these tourists from Morocco the whole history. And I love Bahariterran history. Something you'll have trouble finding online nowadays. But yes. Hello there. Somebody is walking their dog, but I don't want to film them because I don't know them or have their permission. So we're gonna go down here to this old remote road. This is a rocky road. We call it La Ibada Road, and it is not safe to ride a bike on. I had a friend come down here on a bike one time, riding 50 miles an hour into the wind, hit a big old rock or some pothole or something, flew over his bike, and his chest slammed on the rock, so scraped up bad. It's a miracle he didn't get a concussion or land on his head, because if so, he very well may have died that day. You can see what was a desert. They're developing it. It's now a big construction site. And over here, you can see the grassy plains and the savannas and the temperate dry forests over there. And if you go far back into those woods enough, you'll find some temperate rainforest climates in zone 9A and 9B, because that is going down the side of Mount Pecan Vista. We're actually walking on the crater rim. If you look to the left of the road, that is actually downhill. That is downhill on this side of me too. Look at that thing. That is not at holding the camera at eye level. This right here, this road, La Ibada Road, is just like Crater Rim Boulevard, because it follows the rim of the volcanic crater. Me walking her dog went. She's now gone. So I can freely move around my camera some more. But yeah, we're high up on Mount Pecan Vista right now. And here's the construction sites. Woo. And I sure do hope that this live stream is actually being captured and getting on camera. It would be a shame if I'm just wasting my battery and time. Whoa, I'd be so upset, guys. So please like this video. I'm really going out of my way here to give a tour to those who can't come to Bahariterra due to COVID. And I'm probably the first YouTuber to make this video. These rocks have probably never been filmed by a camera before. Trampled by countless camels, horses, people, and bikes. I'm like the first person to post a video on YouTube actually giving a real whole tour of the Crater Village region. We are now actually walked so far, we're not in the rainforest where we started in Newport Banda. This is a dry, arid climate. And these plants are green only because of the water sprinklers. Look how short the grass is still. That's a dry forest to temperate the little rainwater runoff streams, making ponds back there. So, not all the plants in there are dry-loving plants. There are some rainforest plants growing in that desert, that dry forest. And it's really complicated. People actually boiled water on campfires to add humidity in the air so that orchids would grow there. Whenever people used the campsites, they said, always boil water when you make a fire. So yeah. Here we go. This right here is, now we're back on Crater Rim Boulevard. Once again, it is looking nice and paved. Very nice and smooth. Ooh, Crater Rim Boulevard. It's gotten a lot thinner since we started entering Crater Village from Newport Banda, Bahariterra. And gee, do I really hope that my bad transmission will not make this live stream glitchy. I hope that this live stream isn't glitchy and that the bad transmission isn't cutting the video up. I've been out here for like half an hour almost. Almost, not quite. But we're coming up on that in a few minutes here. Woo. Okay, so here's a gate on Crater Rim Boulevard. To keep cars from speeding, they have to slow down and go around this way. But we're going this way because we are walking. Now this is Crater Rim Boulevard for what it's known for. This is what people see when they Google Crater Rim Boulevard Bahariterra and watch a video. It's this part that goes through the woods on the rim of this volcanic crater, winding around and whatnot. And it's got these 3 wooden bridges. One of them's haunted. One goes through a swamp that people say they saw Bigfoot at. And another one is just the creepiest bridge. It's said to be possessed by a demon. And this is where teenagers like to go frick around and say something about Bloody Mary or something just to scare each other. They tell each other scary stories. As you can see, there are suddenly not a lot of pines around. And the reason for the lack of pine trees right now is because we are getting closer to sea level. And we are now in the zone 9A, 9B borderline. Woo, and I am sweating. Kind of wish I could be up on those icy peaks, but the ice is melting on Mount Pecan Vista because it is actually 70 degrees up there. Woo. And hope that I don't get ran over by a motorcycle speeding through here. So we were on La Ibada after we got off Crater Rim Boulevard Road. Because they crisscross, the 2 roads wind back and forth over each other multiple times. Okay. So here's the intersection. Whoa, here comes a car. Like I said, there are cars here. But that's one is going straight down La Ibada. We're gonna keep going down Crater Rim Boulevard here. Those are the bent arch trees, the story of the ghost at the first bridge. So, hello Ved, how are you? Doing good, I see. Nice people. Okay, so these trees right here were said to be bent by a ghost that haunts this bridge over here. Haunted stories of Bahariterra, trending on YouTube. Now these trees are bent like crazy, but they are not dead. As you can see, if you follow your eyes down the branch, whoa, they got leaves on them still. It's a maple. A maple in 9B, 9A. Crazy. And we are still so high up above sea level right now. Can't believe that we haven't come to any cliffs. They purposely lay out the roads so that they don't go on any steep hills or nothing and it looks like flat. but we are in mountainous terrain right now. And that's why the bridge is windy here. They're trying to make it go around. There's a big drop off, a canyon that way, with a river gorge in the bottom. Of course, you can't see it, but... So yeah, my transmission's better, my connection's back. I wish that, like, if this live stream is glitchy and certain parts don't air live, at least that, like, if once I'm done with the live video, you can watch it still after I'm live. I'm hoping that those parts will be added once I go to a spot that has Wi-Fi or whatever, that could be recovered. Because if this video is all skipped and chopped up and only small portions of the tour show up, I'm gonna be upset. I've been out here for like half an hour, but most of the time my connection was unstable. I really hope that this doesn't end up being a glitchy bad video. Wanted to make a video like over an hour long, and I thought I'd do it live, but maybe I should just make it with my camera, hope I don't run out of storage space, and then upload it forever. At least I know that won't be glitchy. But we'll hope this one works. And if I'm wasting my time, well, that's a life lesson learned. Don't trust 5G connection in Bahariterra right now. But here we go, we got to turn in the trail. Okay, and I know it's Crater Rim Boulevard, but at this point you might as well call it a trail, because that's what it's looked like. And that's what, when I get Americans watching my videos who don't know about Bahariterra and haven't been here, they'll watch videos like this, they'll say, oh, he's out on a trail somewhere. It's probably a hiking trail. They don't know that cars come down this road. Hopefully my connection wasn't unstable, and you guys saw back there a couple minutes ago when I talked to the dudes on the pickup truck coming down La Ibada. Alright, so here's the second scary bridge of the 3 bridges. This right here, it goes over a swamp called Bigfoot Swamp, where there's Bigfoot sightings. It's been known to mysteriously dry up even after thunderstorms. And that's what it's doing right now. If you look up Bigfoot Swamp Bahariterra, you'll see this thing is often full of water pretty deep, like 7 feet deep. But some days it'll just overnight, you'll come back and the ground will be bare dry. Still green moss on the trees. That moss is often underwater, submerged, struggling to survive. And now, the whole entire little volcanic crater that fills up with water here, there's a little tiny volcanic crater from a vent, not the main one. And this fills up with rainwater a lot of times. And it's how Bigfoot Swamp works. I'm just glad that I have a stable connection now, or if I don't, my phone's not saying it at least, so I think I do. And yes, in Bahariterra we have birds from America and Europe. There's an American robin. It just flew away on me. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Look how beautiful and green this is though, mashallah. And not a person to be seen here on the road. If you can call this a road, well, cars drive on it, this is a road. It makes Bahariterra look like a third world country that our roads look like this. Most of them are actually really decent. It's just that this is a rural mountain road. But now we're a nice developed country and we do have some nice roads. There's a sign over there, I gotta ignore it, because it has cuss words on it. So, yeah. Don't know who put that there. That wasn't there. But they actually carved and worked hard on it. It's a wooden sign. Now here, the road isn't even paved anymore. It is gravel. And here's the third of the 3 haunted bridges. This one is said to be possessed by a demon, known as Lucifrac. And it ends with a Q. And it basically just freaking comes out every day on, like, I think May 29th or May 26th. Every year on this day, someone walks on the bridge and hears screaming. It haunts that person for a year until next year on May 20, whatever it was. And then it just starts screaming again, and whoever hears it, those people are haunted for a year. It keeps repeating, basically. But right now it's July 9th, and I'm a Muslim. I don't believe in this freaking crap. So, I'm good. And, yeah, this is not looking good. This is not even a road anymore. I know it's a road, mountain road, used by, like, 2 people and their camels every day. But, like, come on, Bahariterran government. You can afford more than this. This thing is so thin. When the cars fly down this road, they have to stop when they see another car coming, pull off to the side in a little clearing like this, wait for the other one to pass, and then go. And they argue, you go first. No, you go first. I get to go first. No, I do. And they just wasting all their time. And I laugh and I say, ha 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 ha, and they say, oh, there's a Bahariterran guy who speaks Tualain. And they disrespectful tourists, usually from New York, be like, yo country beautiful, but why is it so poor, dog? I'm like, woof woof, motherfucker. You think I'm a dog, mate? I'll smack your glasses off your face, Albert Frankenstein, or whatever your name is. He says, oh, your name is Abdallah. No, my name is Abdul. So yeah, we argue with racist people here who visit from the USA. Most American very nice, but everyone in Bahariterra knows what I mean when I say those racist tourists. The people who come here for, why are they even here? They can't respect us and our culture. So, yep. That isn't even a road. Frick that, man. I mean, this isn't a road either, but it's more qualified to be called that. And there's another cuss word sign over there. So I'm gonna film the trees over here so that you don't see it as I walk by. And I say, La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Exploration Bahariterra, Qikasariha, Lallahu Dekla, Bushurun Hayran Bakta, Win Allahu Akbar. Alrighty, we passed a weird cuss word sign, and I don't think that we were affected by its negative energy. So now we may keep going. Sorry about my cringe singing, if you can call it that. We are now exiting the temperate rainforest. Even though when we entered, the part was a temperate dry forest. And there goes my connection. Bruh. You gotta be kidding me. So help me goodness, if I go on YouTube and watch this video and it's not the full hour or it's all glitchy, I'm gonna be so upset, bro. I'm gonna have to edit the video and retitle it called Failed Video. Kill me, please. That's how mad I'm gonna be. You know, I've been walking out here for like 40 minutes now, right? Right? Luckily, we don't have to go on that monstrosity. We're just gonna make a right. And I'm gonna end the live stream here. Because there's nothing up here to see. It's just a freaking trail. Bahariterra International Airport is up that way. But you know what it is. Peace. And remember, be the good in the world. That's what my bracelet says.